bro, I just slept 4 hours. Your brain is in sleep deficit. You're probably stimulated with something. You're probably stimulated with a lot of coffee. You can be probably stimulated with a lot of energy drinks. But something is holding you up if you are having 4 hours of sleep. This is going to be a discussion of the cycle of wakefulness and sleep. So what influences you to fall asleep and what influences you to wake up. And I will also share tips and tricks to have a better sleep. First thing that influences you to wake up is your alarm. I'm kidding. What happens when you wake up, okay? Your internal body temperature goes up. When you feel warm, basically you are awake. Your circadian rhythm activity goes up. Sunlight is a great influencer in your sleep-wake cycle. Sometimes in the mornings when I'm sleeping in, I can't sleep in because light is shining on my face when I wake up because I have my windows. Some of them are just open in this room, and so I just wake up due to light. And light is the best way to wake up because we have sensors in your eye that send the signal to the nucleus that produces melatonin. It inhibits the release of melatonin. It sends a signal to the brain that it's time to wake up. Light does that. Even blind people who don't have the ability to see, they're shown light. There is a reduction in melatonin levels after they're shown light. So that's how powerful this system is and how powerful the light is. So after that, what happens is you go through a day, right? Now this molecule called adenosine is starting to build up. So adenosine is a molecule that comes from ATP. You all know ATP. ATP is the best friend of cells. And so adenosine comes from ATP. Now adenosine signifies, or basically the increase of adenosine molecule throughout the day says that you are fatigued and tired. Okay, that's the chemical signal. That's the chemical language of the body, of the cells, whether it is in the brain or in your body, okay? So adenosine starts to build up in your brain particularly just because the sleep is a neurochemical process. And so when adenosine builds up, that influences you to sleep. Okay, side note. Caffeine blocks adenosine. What caffeine is basically a fatigue blocker, increases alertness. That's what it is. Blocks adenosine, and then what you have is increased alertness. Caffeine has a half-life of 6 to 8 hours, I believe, and so it stays in your system for 6 to 8 hours. So if you have like I don't know what kind of calculation I'm trying to do. Okay, so you have 10 molecules of adenosine, and then you ingest 5 molecules of caffeine at like 12 p.m. And so what that means is caffeine will block 5 molecules of adenosine, and you have five other adenosine left. But the caffeine wear off will occur after its half-life, after 6 to 8 hours, which is a long time. But what also happens is the adenosine concentration will keep increasing throughout the day. Like it is independent. Caffeine will not go and bind other. It will not multiply. Okay, you ingest a certain amount of caffeine and then it blocks particular adenosine molecules. But adenosine concentration is independent at that time. Adenosine keeps increasing throughout the day. So what influences you to fall asleep, right? First of all is the increased concentration, the buildup of adenosine. When there's a buildup of adenosine concentration is one of the most important indicators of sleep. And so adenosine will influence you to fall asleep. Second factor is light. Very important. This is the most important one. When you don't have light, your body starts producing melatonin from the pineal gland in your brain. But that only occurs when there is a reduction of light. And this is very important because what has happened is we have this technology and we have this light. It is disrupting our sleep-wake cycle along with the circadian rhythm. And so what is happening is we are sleeping at later times and waking up at later times. And one of the most drastic things that has happened is sleeping at later times and waking up at a way earlier time than your body can handle. This is the sleep revolution. Light revolutionized sleep in a negative way forever. Okay, because I don't think unless the earth gets hit by an asteroid and we all go extinct along with our technologies, I don't think we're gonna go back to our hunter-gatherer days where the sunset was around 7:30, 8. You didn't watch light, and then by 9 you're asleep. You woke up at like 5:30 at dawn. This light has revolutionized sleep for all people, and so light is really important. Just do an experiment with yourself. Stop viewing light after sunset one day. The next day, view bright light after sunset. You have large disruption of sleep when you use light after sunset. You will not feel that your quality of sleep was up to the mark. Your quality of sleep will suck if you view light after sunset. How to combat with working at night, like on your laptop, right? On your phone. Like some people do work using their phone. When I was in college, I had to study, okay? I couldn't just, hey, 9 p.m. I'm done. Some days there were non-stop working. So basically, you just reduce blue light. Most of you might have heard of what blue light is. It's a light that triggers your optic receptors, okay? Your optic receptors. Blue light stimulates your optic receptors even more than other shades of light. There's a blue light blocker on every laptop, on every phone, on every TV. So use that so that you can fall asleep better. Okay? So that's light. Temperature is also very big, because when your body temperature reduces, you have easier time to fall asleep. And sometimes it is so crucial for you to have temperature, like low temperature throughout the night for you to fall asleep. Like this other day, I was up at like 4 a.m. just because I was really hot. Like I was really warm. And what I should have done when I woke up is turn on the fan, because I had the AC going. But what I should have done is increase the fan. Or it is important not only to make you fall asleep, but it also helps you keep sleeping. Okay. And circadian rhythm activity also reduces. We'll talk about circadian rhythm soon. I'm reading a book on circadian rhythm. The book is called The Circadian Code. I'll put a picture up. And I feel like it's really good so far. I've been learning a lot. One of the interesting things I've learned is how mothers all the time undergo this kind of a sleep deprivation, and that will influence the circadian rhythm. Because circadian rhythm is all kind of also plays huge part in the sleep-wake cycle, because it has the ability to intrinsically generate genes that make us alive and fall asleep and do all these biological processes that we don't know. And so really crucial. So I hope you learned this process of sleep wakefulness cycle. Yes, I am going to go into further deep biology, but this video is a good understanding of why we fall asleep and why we wake up. And so I hope you learned something in this video. Catch you in the next one. And remember that sleeping 8 hours a day keeps the doctor away.